Hello everybody and welcome back, and today we are on HYpixel Skyblock again for another Skyblock tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best texture packs and resource packs for HYpixel Skyblock. While the vanilla textures are nice, it's very confusing when my Withered Hyperion is the same texture as my Dreadlord Sword, because, these are two very different items in price and usefulness, and they should not look the same. So, this video should fix that for you. And of course, all of the download links for all of these packs are in the description along with their names. So I would highly recommend joining those discords to get the pack downloads and thanking the creators while you're at it, because it's so nice that people put the time into helping the community out with these packs, because if no one bothered to do it, then we wouldn't have anything, and people would be dropping their Hyperions left and right thinking it was a Dreadlord Sword. So I've got 4 texture packs in here, as well as the default look of Minecraft. So what you just saw was what you normally see, and let's start off with the first one, which is what I use, and that is the PacksHQ V13X32. Before we get into it, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get back into the video. I really love this pack. It's my favorite pack out of the ones that I've tried, and I think it's subtle, but it also looks quite good. Everything has its own nice texture. Some of them are much simpler than others, and they all get their point across. Some of them are even animated, such as the Hyperion texture they're particularly like, and it just helps you distinguish things without removing the vanilla Minecraft look. You'll see that it doesn't change block textures, and that is one thing that I really like, because some packs will go around and change block textures. It also doesn't change much in the UI. It does make some things look better, but it's not nearly as dramatic as some of the other ones that we're going to see soon. So, it does look nice, but it's not a complete makeover. Now let's take a look at the ActuallyAssets pack. Just like the PacksHQ one, this one does not modify much of the vanilla textures in the game, but they definitely make some changes to everything. They've got this nice little thing for the Skyblock menu, which is important because this is something you're going to see all the time. And they've got a little bit more UI stuff, but only some. I think something might be broken, because some of these should be updated. Yeah. I think something's broken with this pack right now, but whatever. And you can see they've kept some of the green stuff here and kept that normal, but you can see some things are definitely changed, especially looking in the bazaar. A lot of the UI elements are very different. They've also got beautifully textured items, like if we look at my Storm Armor, this is very different to what some other packs have looked like. And honestly, I really like them. I think they look quite cool. And the Hyperion also has an interesting texture. And every item, this one's a lot more subtle. It looks a lot more vanilla-like, and everything kind of looks like vanilla, but a little bit enhanced, which is one of the things that I like about it. But for me, it's personally too subtle, but some people really like it. We can scroll through the AH quickly to just look at some of the items. You'll see that it does look very different, and everything has its own little texture, which is a massive advantage over vanilla. So, if you're going to use one, this is a decent choice, but not the one I would go for personally. But it is always a good choice if you would like. They've got some unique textures, and they're quite subtle, so I recommend it if you're looking for just something that's going to help you distinguish between things, so that you don't get scammed, but you don't really want to put tons of time and effort into having a beautiful pack that has tons of intricacies and stuff. Let's now take a look at our third pack, which is Furfsky Reborn. This one is honestly a beautiful pack. It changes a lot about the game, though. You'll see, they've changed, a lot of the textures that you're recognized from vanilla. They've changed the grass texture. They've also changed, all of the coloring in your hotbar, your little XP bar there and stuff. Let's go out into the hub, and you'll see major differences. You'll see things look really different, specifically stuff like the gold blocks on the bank look really different. And what they've done an amazing job with is stuff like the UI. For instance, if I go in here, they've got beautiful UI figures for lots of the mayors. This election isn't a great one to show it, because obviously we've kind of been having some mayoral problems recently. If you don't want to know what I'm talking about, you should probably check out my last 3 videos. They've all been on Dante and the issues he's been causing for the community. But by the time you guys are installing these packs in a couple months from now, maybe, I'm not sure how long this video is gonna still be relevant. Hopefully, he will all be gone and we'll have him dealt with. Otherwise, who knows? I don't even know what's going to be going on if we don't get rid of him. But this one, you can see, we've got a lot of these players have their own things. I think they added this second layer recently, so I don't think they've had time to texture it yet. but for these ones at least, they do look very, very good. Also looking on the auction house, you can see a lot of custom item textures, specifically in the weapons category. Some of these things look really cool. Specifically, like, I really love the Hyperion texture. Honestly, to me, is beautiful. I love it. So it's just a little bit too detailed for me, but if you're really into having everything look like a real MMORPG, they've made it kind of look more like that, then this is a great pack to choose. Now let's take a look at the R.N.B.W pack. This is another pack that changes a lot about the game, even like how things are held in your hand. You'll see that normally a sword would go up, but this one goes down, which does look quite cool. It looks more like a pair of shears or something. And they've also got a lot of different textures. So some items you'll notice are textured, whereas others are not. For example, my storm armor is not textured, but Skyblock menu and everything in it is textured. So it's definitely a more subtle look. Things like Hyperion, which is a more modern item, just like storm armor is textured, Florid Zombie Sword is textured, but Jerry Sheen Gun is not. So they definitely did like make some choices as to what they're going to texture and what they did not. Stuff like Rotten Flesh, which is a vanilla item, did not get textured. So looking through the AH on this one, you'll see a lot of things that are untextured. So if you are going to use this pack, I would pair it with another pack or another overlay just sitting underneath it in your resource pack menu. Kind of, let's say you wanted to do this, you could put that right underneath it, just so that items that don't have a texture yet in this, you still get a texture for them rather than just the vanilla item. But honestly, it does look like a beautiful bag. I think it's a little bit too intricate for me. Everything's a little too bright, but some of these textures do look really cool. So if you're into this type of style, like we're modifying how items are held and stuff like that, then this is probably the pack for you, because it does look really good. So yeah, that was every single texture pack that I could find that I actually genuinely liked. If you guys find texture packs that you think I'll enjoy, please let me know in Discord and I will take a look at them. And you know what, if we get enough of those submissions, maybe I will make another video of this type going over them again. I really enjoyed looking through all these texture packs. I reviewed tons of texture packs for this and finally narrowed it down to 4 to put in my resource packs folder for this video. And honestly, all of them were spectacular. So give a round of applause to all of the pack makers who made these possible. They all look spectacular. And of course, you're perfectly free to not use a pack at all. Lots of people don't, and just go with a vanilla texture pack, or a pack that just modifies vanilla texture pack, but is not specifically designed for Skyblock, and there's nothing wrong with that. It can still look really good, but honestly, a Skyblock texture pack does make a huge difference in terms of differencing items from each other, and making sure that you can tell which one is which. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.